All right, so we're going to call this one today, what we're just talking about, call this a caffeine conversation, what we're having right here. Like, normally we call these pasture conversations.
Yes, pasture
And
conversation.
then one time we filmed it, we called it a coffee conversation because I was having coffee with you.
Okay,
But today I think we'll call it, we were just saying, a caffeine conversation.
Caffeine, yes.
You're having your afternoon caffeine, I'm having my afternoon caffeine. This is my last Grape Smash. They don't make any more. These are the limited edition run. And I was told after we made our video with them, because we just officially announced our partnership with First Form. There's a guy, he's a gym owner from Kentucky. His name's Dale. He's the man. You would love him. Big old black guy from Kentucky, like super ripped, everything, fit. He told me that these are for black people only. And then he said, but you get a pass. He said, Granny can have a pass because you were drinking it in that video.
Oh my goodness. I had that. I didn't what.
It just made me laugh. I thought it was funny. So this is my last one.
He wasn't serious, was he?
No.
Okay,
none
just
of
a joke.
They're just like us. They're funny
Okay,
people. A lot of the First Form
okay.
people, they all have a sense of humor.
Okay.
Unlike lots of America these days, who
Yeah.
seem not to have any sense of humor. Gosh. But we've had a doozy. It's been a doozy of a week. We did our First Form official launch.
Yes.
We finally got that out to the world. It'd been awesome to finally work that through. But then we talked about, you had some good videos this week. And then we also did the Vote for America one on Monday. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yes, yeah.
I wasn't registered to vote and you had me.
Yes.
Do you know how many evangelicals are not registered to vote in the United States?
Oh, I have no idea. I never even thought of it. I never even thought about it.
Can you take a guess what you think that number would be?
Would it be 1 million?
No, we'll give you a percentage.
Percentage?
Yeah, like how many, like what percent of evangelicals are not registered to vote in the United States?
Probably at least 10%.
All right, you ready for the number?
Yeah.
Over 50% are not registered to vote in the United States.
Oh, my goodness.
People of faith are not registered to
right.
vote. Isn't that wild?
Yes.
So you have people who are all the time are like worried about what's going on in society, what's going on in our communities, what's going on, even be able to practice, our faith.
Yeah.
Over half of these people are not registered to vote. Isn't that kind of frustrating?
That is weird.
Blows your mind, right?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, 10%. I was thinking 10%.
No, it's over 50%. The data, everything shows. And our friends from voteforamerica.org sent me that stuff before I asked you that question. I was like, I want to get this number right so I can ask Granny this question during our conversation. But yeah, over half of evangelicals are not registered to vote. Millions of farmers and ranchers, as you mentioned in the video, aren't registered to vote. Millions of registered hunters are not registered to vote.
Yeah, I can understand farmers not being registered to vote.
You can
Farmers and
understand it
ranchers.
after
Yeah,
you made a video calling them out?
I know, but I can understand it.
Why?
They're just too busy. Too busy.
Too busy to do their civil duty?
I understand.
You understand.
Yeah.
You're the one in the video who said it's one day out of 1 year.
I know, but I still understand. I was
don't
trying to tell them it was.
I don't think there's an excuse for it. I think that's the part within our community that's is baloney. Farmers and ranchers love to have excuses for lots of things, and you know it too. And you know it.
Yes.
They're stubborn as all get out. Don't like to worry about our health. Oh, whatever, I'm
All
fine.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why we're also die the most. Farmers and ranchers have some of the biggest at risk for heart disease in America.
No.
Yeah. The excuse to I can't go register. I'm too busy farming. It's 1 hour. Drive into town, cast your vote, go. I don't care. I don't believe that excuse because farmers and ranchers and people in our community also love to complain and gripe.
Yeah.
And things aren't going
That's
our
true.
way. Well,
Yeah.
one way you can get your say is through voting. And that's what Vote for America has found out. If everybody in these parts of the country would actually just register to vote and go do their civic duty,
Yeah. It would be a
things would turn out how it's supposed to be.
different story, wouldn't it be? Probably.
I just would, if more people, because in lots of the swing states, honestly, it's where a lot of the biggest offenders are. But in Oklahoma, out of the turnout vote, the people who turn out to vote, less than 85% of the registered voters in Oklahoma turn out to vote. And and then 15 of them, that means 15% of the registered voters don't even turn out to vote. So if you do the math with the evangelicals on people, it's like we're having less than 0.5% turnout on voting in Oklahoma alone.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at it, if you know the statistics, that's a different story.
So now, how do you feel about, do you understand that how important it is that we go vote now?
Yeah, yes.
So there's no excuses, right?
No excuses.
All right. I swayed Granny. So if you have not ever registered to vote, or if you're kind of confused about your registration, you can go to voteforamerica.org to check that out. We're not paid by them or anything.
No.
It's literally just a group of people who are trying. The guy who runs it, Jason, awesome guy from Georgia, are literally just trying to literally save America by getting people to vote.
Yeah.
They've done the numbers. If everyone in America would register to vote and go, things would turn out way differently than they have in the past. Isn't that wild? If we would all just show up.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's my challenge for a lot of our listeners who watch these. We get a couple of thousand views on these on YouTube and on Facebook. Good. I challenge you, if you're not registered or you want to check your registration, go to voteforamerica.org and do it. And then when November rolls around, instead of yapping on the computer complaining about it, go do some action.
Make your voice heard,
and don't pull the farmer excuse.
Yeah.
Too busy, farmer.
Too busy.
We're all too busy.
Yeah.
I was telling you today.
Busy. Yeah.
How busy.
Yeah. Everybody's busy.
Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
No one's more busier than the other person. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Away from that. Yeah. How are you doing? How's the rest of your week been?
Good. It's been good. Yeah. Just a little warm.
A little warm, a little windy today.
Yeah, a little. Not bad. It could be worse, but 100-degree temperature about all week. Ugh. So, just mostly stayed inside. Inside. When it's that hot.
Anything new going on here at the farm for you? You were just telling me when I came in, you had to get a new water well and water softener added. Yeah. Got a new AC put in.
Yeah.
How old is that old unit?
31 years old.
31. Older than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I outlasted it.
Yeah. Yeah. And your dad's moving all the cows to a different pasture, so I won't have them to entertain me.
We're not going to have our background extras anymore.
I know.
It's all right.
Yeah.
He also pulled more off for the Didier Ranch beef to feed out too. So we were starting to grain finish out a lot of those, I think, for our fall and winter herd that we're going to have for people to enjoy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think we're already up to like 45 he's pulled off. We're going to work our way up to 100 head this year and do it and have it available.
Be good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, new AC, anything else going on? No?
Not much that I know of.
No?
Very, very calm and quiet.
So earlier I was asking you about our duty as citizens here and the voting, like with Vote for America. Yeah. Now, when you bring this to overall your faith, okay, what do you feel is like our duty here on earth as a believer? What do you feel is our duty?
Well, would you say just being a good person and doing right on doing things that you're supposed to be doing and just doing the right thing?
That's our duty, doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And what principles do you go off for that, though? What is the right thing? Because some people's idea of the right thing is different than other people's, so then everyone's duties are not the same. Like where for you is where that, like, the instructions for duty come from? Like knowing right from wrong, all that. Yeah, is that kind of
all of it? You know what it's right from wrong and everything in life. Just do the right thing. Be good.
So that's our duty as believers here. Do the right thing.
Yeah, and be good.
And be good. And let everything else take care of itself.
Yeah.
And don't worry about Don't worry about all the 7 deadly sins, envy and gluttony.
Just like my favorite verse.
What's your favorite verse? The one from Psalm that we read a couple weeks ago?
Evil, discard, no, what is it? And pursue good
And do good.
and do good.
Yeah.
I haven't read it for a day or two, so
You
I
might need a
forgot.
refresher on that one. So do good.
Yeah, do good.
That's our duty.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how I feel, is like we need to do good in everything we do. We try to do good in everything we do.
We do, yeah.
You try to do good. We try to bring laughs, all that other stuff, and work with good people, do good things,
Yes.
do good deeds. And I feel like when you do good, good comes back on you. Even if that's not your intent, it still continues to come. You can have the worst things come on you, but you're still going to have good,
Yeah.
you know?
It finally came to me. Depart from evil and do good.
There you go.
Depart
She
from
got
evil
it.
and do
She
good.
got it. Depart from evil and do good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's our duty. Depart from basically what you're saying. That's our duty.
Yeah.
Well, I have our verse this week is from Luke,
Okay.
and I'm going to read it to you, and it kind of pertains to duty. It is Jesus telling everybody what their duty is. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Luke chapter 17, verse 10. In the same way, when you have done all that you were commanded, you should say, we are unworthy servants. We've only done our duty. So, how do you feel about that message? And what do you think Jesus was saying there in Luke 17?
I didn't comprehend it exactly,
Here,
so
I'll give you the
I don't want to comment.
layman's terms version.
Okay.
So Jesus was telling people when you meet God,
Yeah.
this is what you're supposed to say. This is what you're supposed to be like. We are unworthy of being here, which at the end of the day, we all know that. We are going to be unworthy. The day we get to meet our Maker and go to heaven, the most amazing place that we can't even humanly comprehend, that we are unworthy of being there. But everything we did here on earth, if you were doing good, you were just doing your duty.
Trying to do good, trying your best.
Trying to do our best.
Yeah.
So that's what the message is. Like, do your duty and still know at the end of the day that it's not going to be good enough for where we need to go. But take pride in everything you do, and I mean, the best things are going to come out of it. The outcomes are going to be great. So that's why I wanted to pull that verse this week, because it's the same way whenever you're voting for things happening in the world, you're living your duty as a believer. Mm-hmm. I like to say, we say Christian. There's so many other types of faiths out there. When like Catholics, Christians, we all fall under the same thing.
Yeah.
Probably evangelicals is over 50% of people that don't vote in America. We all fall under that umbrella of faith.
Right.
And Christ being the key component of that faith. But our duty is to do good, like you were mentioning, and depart from evil. And even when we die and we're no longer here on earth, that we are going to get to a place and we're going to just know you're going to be unworthy of being there, but God's still going to accept you in. So that's how I feel as an American too. Like some days I feel like I'm very unworthy of being in this country.
Right.
We were born into this, you know?
Yes.
There's other people in other countries that are not as fortunate as us.
Right.
And so that's why it is your civic duty. When you were born here, you best darn get off your rear and go vote. There's no excuse for it, really. There really is no excuse. Because you are unworthy of being here. But guess what? You're here, and you're a citizen. And there's people who are trying to get in here.
Yeah, trying to be want to be a citizen.
Depending on what their motive is to get here. There's a lot of people who are aspiring to be this, and they would do anything to give that up.
Right.
So you should take pride in knowing that I have the ability to at least have a say in what my future looks like, what my children's future looks like, and what my children's future looks like, with my ability to go out and vote.
Right.
That's all I wanted to talk to you today about. I didn't know if you knew that about evangelicals.
I didn't know the ratio of it.
Yeah.
No, I did not know.
Over 50%.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Yeah.
Millions of farmers and ranchers, Granny.
It's something.
Did you know if all the registered hunters in Pennsylvania in the last election would have voted, that despite all the wackiness that went on there, it wouldn't have mattered.
Ooh,
I'm just saying,
yeah. Oh my goodness.
it's your duty.
Yeah.
It's your duty to be a good person too. You gonna keep being a good person?
Trying to be. Yes, I try
Yeah.
as hard as I can.
Are you keeping me in line of being a good person?
Uh,
No?
no.
There was no answer there. I was
Yeah.
like, oh gosh, dang.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Just teasing.
All right. Well, hopefully everyone enjoyed this week's conversation. Like I said, if you want to go register to vote or check your registry, go to voteforamerica.org. Granny, we already checked her registry. Yeah, you're good. You're
Thank
good to
you.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm having to get mine updated since I moved where it still thinks I live here, even though I don't live in this county anymore. So I'm having to,
Get it all.
and I have to go,
straightened out.
yeah, it's fun. But go do it. It's your civic duty. But also know that your duty here on earth is to be good, do good, and know one day you'll be at a place that you are very unworthy of being at,
Yes.
just like you are living here in this country. All right, anything else you want to add for the week?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Anything else you want to add?
Oh, no.
I thought you were going to tell
that's it.
people to say caffeinated or something.
No, no.
I think Granny's on what are you, almost on your 1,000th milligram of the day? How many cups have you had so far?
7.
7 cups of coffee?
Yeah.
This is only my first energy drink, probably only one of the day,
Okay.
because I know our listeners are worried about my heart. The propaganda with these things is nuts. You drink 7 to 10 cups of coffee a day, ain't nobody saying, Granny, watch your heart. You drink one of these things, people think you go in the emergency room.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, it's a different.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Y'all fell for it.
Been doing that for a long time. And
I
there's,
know.
yeah.
But your coffee's pretty darn good, so. Yeah, that's why you can drink it all day. Well, I hope everyone has a great week.
God bless.
You got it. Good job. Cheers, Grandma.